Assalamu alaikum. Peace, power, and love. Hope you guys are doing well. We're holding it down here in the Gambia. Today I want to come on here and share something with you I thought was very interesting. Okay? Here we are in 2024, rolling around here still using gas fuel, you know? And what's so interesting about this is you would wonder if there was ever any technology that was actually a better source of fuel than using gas all the time. And what I have to share with you today is some hidden technology because basically we do. There are options better than fuel. As some of you may remember, a while ago, I did do a video with a brother using chicken poop to power his vehicle, right? Chicken poop. But today I have something that's going to probably really have you scratching your head. You see, you guys, there is technology that is a better source of fueling your rides, man, really. It's just that the powers that be don't want you to have it. But I'm going to expose it to you today because what I have is a brother by the name of Aaron Salters. Aaron Salters. The brother invented a vehicle that runs purely off of, check this out, water. Purely off of water. Yeah. And you know, there's others that have made this technology known, but they don't want it to be exposed to the public. So you know what happened to Aaron Salters? You know, him trying to bring this out to the public. He certainly did have a patent on his invention. But, you know, ironically, he was dealt with, you know, and they try to make it look like it was some random act, you know. But in my opinion, it was because he had invented this vehicle that runs off of water, tap water, salt water, any kind of water, don't matter. But I got a little clip to share with you. You check it out. I'll come back at you. Peace.
Wasn't around social media for the simple fact that he was coincidentally killed in a mass shooting at a top supermarket in Buffalo, New York. And he was creating this hydrogen gas vehicle to where you don't need regular gasoline anymore to run your vehicles. Okay? So, this genius, this black man, this inventor was taken out at this top supermarket. We're going to get straight into it, you guys. I ain't playing no games today. I'm coming straight at you in 3D. You hear me? So look, this is the invention he was working on. He had it in the back of his truck. This is the hydrogen gas machine that runs his truck. As you see, he got it hooked up. How he got it hooked up. So I'm saying? And this could be the future. Well, hey, it is the future. It is now, right? The future is now. Okay? It's the present, okay? And the future. Because this man had already accomplished this. Aaron Salters had already accomplished getting this vehicle running off of hydrogen gas, water. That's right. That's right. Water. Running this whole vehicle. Okay? So, once he get the patent on it and he was working on that, okay? It was going to be history. It was going to be history made. Black history. Aaron Salters probably was on his way to be the most wealthiest inventor ever in history with this invention. Taking away gasoline for good for vehicles and motor powered vehicles. Say, man. Hey, man. That was tampering with the powers that be, the elites' money, okay? This idea tampers with their money, and they can't have that. You see, so they'll sacrifice 9 other bodies just to get the one body that you want, Aaron Salters. So when you do the research on these victims, you'll see that they had other things going on besides just being a victim of a Tops supermarket shooting, okay? This man was a genius, man. He was an inventor that was a threat to big business like Tesla, okay? You gotta understand now, this is a big threat to Tesla. See, this right here eliminates solar, but it doesn't have to eliminate. It can just add to it, right? I mean, it can just add to our resources. But still, it's a black man doing it, and that's a threat, okay? This man is creating wealth. He had the opportunity to create wealth if that patent would have came along before, you know, his demise. Or maybe his family can still carry it out. His son was right there with him every step of the way, it looks like, so maybe he might carry out his father's wishes, right?
One of the first victims from the mass shooting to be publicly identified was Aaron Salter Jr. He was a retired Buffalo police officer who worked at the store as an armed security guard. He is being hailed tonight as a hero who died while trying to save others. Channel 2's Dave McKinley spoke to those who knew him.
In my heart and my mind, Aaron, he's a hero.
From what police have said when the gunman made his way through the store wearing bulletproof armor and firing rounds from a semi-automatic rifle, Aaron Salter, armed with a pistol, valiantly engaged the threat.
We have evidence that he struck him at least one time and that unfortunately had no effect.
Salter died in the exchange.
All right, so you see, the brother was cruising around in his truck using water. Yeah. And this was pretty recent. This was in the 2000s, from what I understand. This is, you know, it could be, I don't know, 2007, 2008, somewhere around there. But yeah, so ironically, he was dealt with, you know, in this supposedly random act. Yeah, right. And I got another one to share with you. This guy actually created the same technology, except for he did it in the 70s and had it ready in the 90s. So this guy was dealing with the Pentagon. They were interested in his vehicle because it was, you know, running off of water. And ironically, same thing happened to him, just in a different way. He met with the people from the Pentagon at a breakfast meeting, and they say he took one sip of his cranberry juice and he ran out the restaurant. I think it was the Cracker Barrel, and he said his brother was with him. He said, "I think they poisoned me," and he died right on the spot. Now, from what I understand, is they originally offered him something like 400 million, 500 million for his patent on this creation, because this cat's riding around in this vehicle, and you know, clearly it works, and it's clean on the environment and everything else, you know. He says he can go from New York to California off of 22 gallons of water with this vehicle. So, you know, yeah, they did him in too. They don't want this stuff out to the public, you guys. They don't. And you guys, pardon me a little bit, because I'm kind of getting over a cold. So my voice ain't really all that powerful right now, because in the daytime it's hot, but at night it's very, very cool. You know, the wind is blowing and everything else. So, yeah, I'm kind of dealing with a little cold. But, you know, it's cool. Right? But yeah, you guys, so you check this clip out, and I'll come back and end this video.
The top our news here at 6 o'clock, an age-old dream becoming a reality. A local inventor has discovered a way, hear this, to use water to run your car.
It's a major breakthrough that will no doubt make motorists happy. And as Ralph Robinson explains, the Pentagon is also showing lots of interest in this project.
Water has always been considered a precious commodity, but Stan Meyer's invention may make it even more valuable. He has developed what's called a water fuel cell. It has taken the place of his old gas tank. The water fuel cell breaks down water molecules into oxygen and hydrogen. The hydrogen is used to run his dune buggy.
I don't care if you use rainwater, well water, city water, ocean water. If you don't have any fresh water, go ahead and use snow. If you don't have any snow available to you, they use salt water because there's no adverse effect to the fuel cell.
Meyer started working on this project 4 years ago. He's not a scientist. He isn't even a chemist. In fact, he never graduated from college. Myers was determined, he says, to design something to protect this country from oil embargoes.
And we have calculated that if we take the dune buggy from Los Angeles to New York, we would roughly use 22 gallons of water.
The Pentagon flew a lieutenant colonel in last week to look at Meyer's invention. There is talk of possibly using it in the Star Wars defense program and to run Army tanks. Myers is currently perfecting a water fuel cell for cars. It will cost about $1,500. He says it won't need any maintenance, and you won't have to replace it. It'll be at least 2 years before the fuel system goes into mass production. The day it happens will be one the fuel industry hates, but it'll put a smile on the face of those who've had to say at one time or another, fill her up. I'm Ralph Robinson.
As you can see, many patents have already been received, and many more are forthcoming. To date, over 42 patents have been applied for.
In 1996, Stanley Meyer claimed that he had invented a water-powered car. According to him, he had made a machine that could break down water, dividing oxygen from the hydrogen, and the hydrogen was then used to power the engine. His announcement sparked excitement by many, but unfortunately, not all reactions were the same. So in 1998, Stanley and his twin brother Stephen were dining at a Cracker Barrel in Ohio with a group of foreign investors who were interested in the invention when suddenly Stanley frantically grabbed at his neck. Panicked, he rose from the table to run outside with his twin following close behind. Stanley collapsed to the pavement, with his last words to his brother being, "They poisoned me." It's widely believed he was murdered because though his invention would have been great for the environment, the oil, gas, and automobile industry didn't have the same idea.
Yeah, so you see, they just don't want this technology out. So people, there are thousands of inventions that could make our lives a hell of a lot easier and cheaper, but they don't want it out to the public. I'll say anything from these vehicles to healthcare, and even probably technology that cures all kinds of cancers. Yeah, they don't want it out. They want you to keep coming to the hospital, and they give you pills and want to keep you coming back and back for more and more. That's how they operate. They don't want anybody to be healed. No, because it would mess up their industry. So they don't want that. That's for sure. So I was happy to be able to bring those clips to you. The first clip was from the Rundown podcast. You might want to go over there and check that channel out. There ain't no telling what you might find. But yeah, the Rundown podcast. Check them out. And until the next time, you guys, I'm your host, Brother Bay here, and we're going to sign up out of this camp. Assalamu alaikum.